In this video, I want to show you how to work with points that you've exported in drawing format from a total station controller. For those that aren't aware, a lot of times when you use a total station, you can measure in points, such as measured points that look like this and building line points that look like that. And when you export them, you can export them as a CSV file, so they come up in Excel with their coordinates. But another way you can export them is as a drawing format, so you can simply upload them into AutoCAD very quickly and then align them to whatever drawing you have available to you. I want to review how to make sure that these points look clean before you do any sort of alignment. This video is going to be very simple. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your units are correct for the dimensions of your objects. So the way that I'm going to check my scale is I simply do a distance command from 2 points that I know the distance of, BL1 to BL3 up here. It's coming up as 45 feet, 6 7/8. So I know that my scale is correct. For you, depending on the AutoCAD you're using, I'm in MEP. You would type in something like units and adjust your units like so. After your units have been established and you know that all the points are showing up dimensionally correct, now we get into the editing of the way that these look. One thing that you need to be aware is that these come in as blocks. So if I highlight over this, you can see that this is a block reference called Hilti Default for the software that I was using on my total station. What I can do is I can go to BATTMAN, BATTMAN, which stands for Block Attribute Manager. I'll press enter, and you can see in the Block Attribute Manager, you have all the blocks for all the points that are associated with whatever you brought in. So I have the control point block, the layout point block. These come from my software. Yours might be different, but long story short, all these are blocks that are related to my points. So one thing I can do is you can see on my drawing is that I have on my blocks, I have the name of the point that was in my tablet, and I also have the elevation of the point. For what I'm doing, I don't want to see the elevation. I don't need that on here. So in the Block Attribute Manager, I am going to just simply, for all these blocks, I'm going to remove the height element of each of these blocks. So I'm simply saving each time I go, going to the elevation and removing it for each and every one. And what you'll notice, if you haven't noticed already, is that the elevations now are gone for all of these points. I basically removed the elevation of those points. The next thing I'm going to do is fix the height, the height of the text. The height of the text is just a little bit too much for me. It doesn't need to be that big. So just like I did before, I'm going to go to this, but instead of saying remove, I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to change this height to, let's say, 1 inch high, because I don't need it to be that large, and say apply. I'll do the same thing for all of them. Edit the height to 1 inch. And you're noticing already that the points are slowly reducing in their height for the text. I'll do the same thing for this one. Okay. And I'll say apply. So now you can see that I have all of my point names a lot smaller. Okay. All my point names are smaller. Now the last thing I need to do is fix the size of the point. Even though this is still a block, the part of the block that's in there, that is actually a point entity. To edit points, you go to DDPTYPE, which stands for like a point. I'm not sure what the DD stands for, but it edits your points. And what you can do is you can take the point, you can actually change what it looks like out there if you want to, but I'll keep it as a circle and a crosshair. And I'll say absolute units, and I'll also change the size of the point to 1 unit, or in my case, 1 inch, because I'm in inches. I'll say apply, and you can see it shrunk it all down. So I can shrink these down further if I want to. I can make them as small or as big as I want, but that's how you'd edit it. BATTMAN and DDPTYPE, and then you should be good to go to align this to whatever you need to align it to as you need. Hope that helped you.